Good evening and welcome to Beer and Carols. I'm Will Gibbs.
And I'm David Beeman. I'll be playing the piano for you tonight in some of the carols. We hope you'll join in with us wherever you are, whether you're here at the Cricketers in Redbourne or wherever you are at home, anywhere in the world. Have a great evening and a peaceful Christmas.
Cheers.
Merry Christmas to everyone from the Cricketers in Redbourne. To all you lovely Redbourners, Beer and Carols as it should be every year. We hope you have a fantastic time and you're all vocally very well. I wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless to you all.
Good evening and welcome to Beer and Carols. A warm welcome to you wherever you're joining us from. Perhaps you're there in the Cricketers having a meal. Perhaps you're at home watching this online. Perhaps you're sharing this with others, sharing your screen on Zoom. Welcome, I hope you're in good voice. We're going to begin by singing together, O Little Town of Bethlehem. For our second carol this evening, we're going to sing Hark the Herald Angels Sing. Don't forget the descant at the end.
See what
For our next carol, Once in Royal David's City, we've got some special soloists singing the first verse a couple of times, and then we'll join in with the rest of the carol.
Once in Royal David's city stood a lonely castle shed, where a mother laid her baby in a manger for his bed.
Mary was that mother of Jesus Christ, her little child.
Once in Royal David's city stood a lonely cattle shed,
where a mother laid her baby in a manger for his bed.
Mary was that mother of Jesus Christ, the little child. He came down to earth from heaven, who is Lord and Lord of all, and his shepherd was asleep, and his faithful
of the lovely things about beer and carols is, as well as having a fantastic evening and catching up with friends, there's an opportunity for us to raise some money for a good cause. I'll say a little bit more about that in a few moments, but for now, let's enjoy our next carol, While Shepherds Watched Their Flocks by Night.
Hello. Sorry I can't be with you at large in Redbourne this year, but I'm glad you could all squeeze around my piano with me right now. So let's all sing together, O Come All Ye Faithful.
Thank you.
It's always great to be able to partner with others, and delighted that we bring beer and carols in partnership with Colin and Debbie at the Cricketers. If you haven't been there for a while, do call in and enjoy a meal. I'm sure they'll be absolutely delighted to see you. We're going to sing our next carol now, God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. One of the great traditions of carols and beer is having some various soloists. And for our next carol, We Three Kings of Orientar, we've got some special soloists who are going to help us on our way.
Thank you.
praising poor and raising worship God Most High. O star of wonder, star of light, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light.
Myrrh is mine, its bitter perfume breathes a life of gathering bloom. Sorrowing, sighing, bleeding, dying, sealed in the stone cold tomb.
O star of wonder, star of light, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. Glorious now, behold him arise, King and God and sacrifice, and in joy and glory, love and laughter every rise. O star of wonder, star of light, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light.
Before we sing our next carol, I'd like to say something about our charity. It's always amazing how generous people are where we're there in the marquee, we hand round the ice bucket, and just a fantastic collection for a good cause. Well, we'd like to raise some money again this year if we can. I know some people will have been impacted by COVID and perhaps are in a difficult financial position, and if that's you, please be assured of our prayers and good wishes for you. But others of us perhaps haven't had that summer holiday and haven't spent as much money as we might have done and find a bit more in our bank account. So I do hope that you can be really generous this year. What we'd like to do is to support our appeal, Pumps for Mpwapwa in Tanzania. And this is an amazing project, the first of its kind in that country. And it works like this. So we're going to raise lots of money, and then we're going to help them by providing the finances and the support for them to sink a borehole to access water that's deep below ground. And that's pumped up to the surface using solar-powered pump, and it's stored in a tank above water until it's needed. And then the water is released from the tank to irrigate the fields in order to be able to grow crops. And as the water is released, it drives a small generator, which also raises electricity. All the studies say that if you want to improve the lives of people in sub-Saharan Africa, the way that you do that first and foremost is to improve their water and their diet. You don't build hospitals or send them medicine. What you do is get the water right. And this is an amazing project that will make such a huge difference. That particular area of Tanzania, the land is really fertile, but the rains are very unpredictable and often the crops don't grow. So this way, with irrigation, they can make sure that they have plenty of food to eat, as we will be enjoying in our Christmas celebrations. And as I say, they also generate some electricity, which they can use for their community as well. And because they install the borehole and all the mechanism and so on, they then have the skills to be able to look after it as well. So I hope that you'll really get behind our appeal. So please give as generously as you're able. There's a link in the top right-hand corner of the screen, or if it's easier, you can go to the St. Mary's Church website, and there's a link there where you can make a donation online as well. Thank you so much for your generosity and your support with this. We're going to sing our next carol, the First Nowell.
Say
Sadly, just 2 more carols to go, but you can always play the film over again if you're enjoying yourself and don't want to stop. But for our next carol, we're going to sing Leslie Phillips' favourite, Ding Dong, Merrily on High.
And here's another tradition from Carols and Beers that mustn't be forgotten this year. This is for certain mothers in the village. You'll know who you are. Please join in. This is just for you. Happy Christmas.
Thank you so much for joining in with our Beer and Carols this year. I hope you've had a great time. I want to wish you and your loved ones a very happy Christmas, and what I hope for all of us will be a much easier and better 2021. God bless.